Priest guide for beginners, since when I was learning how to play a Holy Priest, I could hardly find any guides. First thing I'd like to say is I'm not a pro. I'm a decently good Holy Priest, but I'm not the best Holy Priest ever. So these are my recommendations, so you don't have to go by like everything I say. But yeah. So firstly, we're gonna go over so since this is a beginner's one, I will be making an advanced one too, for like rating for the most part. But this is like if you're getting thrown into playing Holy Priest and stuff. So this guide I'm gonna be making has the general overview is I'm gonna be going over the talents, glyphs, spells, gearing recommendations, the BIS list, advanced Holy Priest guide information, and the Discord I made. And check out Wowhead too if you haven't already, because there's a ton of good information on this. And the diagrams and like pictures that I have, some of them are from Wowhead. So yeah. Going over talents first. Here's the picture from Wowhead of the BIS talents. I'll also pull it up on my character too. Notable talents, like, so something I find really important is knowing what your spells do and what your talents do. Like, spells, but I mean like how your talents affect your spells, because there were some pretty cool things that improved my healing a lot when I just looked at the talents, because it just helped. You know. So firstly, inspiration is amazing. It's really helpful. So I guess you can see it's helpful when people are taking physical damage. So like on Starfang with the marks, or bone spikes, because those are both physical damage. Spiritual guidance, that is, it's right there. Your spell power, you get bonus spell power 25% of your spirit, your max spirit. So the next one, Spirit of Redemption. As you can see, this is when you die. You can continue to heal after you die. It also increases your spirit by 5%. So 25% of that 5% goes into your spell power, which is great. You cannot be targeted by opponents, and you can't move, and you can't dispel or anything, but you still can put Guardian Spirit and heal. So yeah. So next is, okay, so the next thing on my list is Serendipity. Serendipity stacks, I can show you for an example, but that's the stack you can see right here on my weak aura, but then also up here. It increases the cast time of your greater heal or prayer healing by a certain amount, like where you stack it. So yeah, as you can see, Serendipity, it's awesome on Velythria, and just whenever you need to cast a big heal quickly. Next thing is Empowered Renew. This is extremely helpful on Syndragosa and Blood Queen. Your Renew does an instant heal, which is 15% of your, and also gives a bonus 15% too. Next is Circle of Healing. That teaches you the spell. I'll go over the spell later. Test of Faith, right here. It increases healing by 12% on targets that are below 50% health. So that's good in like emergency situations when the tank's dying, or just anybody's dying in general. You could also just look at these too on Wowhead, or just even in game, just to help read you, like, so you know what they do. Divine Providence increases the amount healed by Circle Healing, Binding Heal, Holy Nova, Prayer Healing, Divine Hymn, Prayer of Mending, Guardian Spirit. That's a major cooldown, and my raids have saved peeps' lives. But yeah, so Guardian Spirit, it lasts 10 seconds. It increases the healing received on the target by 40%. And also, it can, like, if the target dies while it has while Guardian Spirit's on them, they get up to 50% health, but the Guardian Spirit goes away. So preferably don't let them die, so Guardian Spirit can be used to the full extent. It's also very helpful in Velythria. So this is meditation, which is actually in the discipline section. It's right here. This is helpful just if you're casting a lot of instant casts. Next, we're going on the glyphs. As you can see, Guardian Spirit, it reduces the cooldown by a minute. Or no. Sorry, I had this wrong this whole time. If Guardian Spirit lasts the full 10 seconds, the cooldown's reset to a minute. Circle Healing. Your Circle Healing heals an extra target. It reaches a 6th one. And then Prayer Healing, when casting Prayer Healing, it puts a hot on the party that you put it on, cast it on. So that's nice. And then there's all these miniature, minor glyphs that they don't, they're helpful, but they're not specific Holy Priest things. So my current glyphs are the best ones, and my spec is also the best one. Spells. Renew heals a certain amount over time and lasts 15 seconds. As you can see on my health bar, mine heals 2,460 every tick, so yeah. Prayer Healing, it heals a whole party it puts a hot, as you can see on my buff. Anyway, and then there's Prayer Mending. It has 5 stacks. The next time you take damage, it heals right after and then jumps to another person. Mine has somehow luckily jumped from tank to tank, and then it's nice. But yeah. Flash Heal, that's the quick heal that does a decent amount. If it crits, it does a decent amount. I'm not critting though, so this is a bad example. See? Okay, there. That's fairly decent. Circle Healing, that heals 5 people, 6 if you have the glyph. It's an instant cast and it just heals people around your target. Greater Heal, this is good on Velythria. It's a slow casting heal, but it does a decent amount and mine crits often. That just did 11k. I've actually done 100k with Greater Heal on Velythria, because it was before we had high percentage of the buff, so it took longer, so we got more stacks. So yeah, that's how it did 100k. Because I haven't done that in a while, probably because we've been healing it so quickly recently. I think it was also in a 10-man, I think. I don't know, I don't remember, it was a long time ago. But yeah, 100k with the Greater Heal is awesome. And I didn't even use Inner Focus, because I was dumb and was never using Inner Focus. And that was literally just 6 months ago. But then I started using it, and I'm smarter now. But yeah, Inner Focus is important. It's good with Prayer Healing. I don't think it works with Divine Hymn though, unfortunately. I've tried to have it macroed, but I don't think it worked. Binding Heal, this generates low threat, so you won't pull aggro on stuff like Blood Beasts, or when things have a reset or table, their threat tables reset. So Blood Beasts on Sarfang, they won't. So if you're not, so I use Binding Heal if I'm the mark, and then I heal the tanks, because Binding Heal heals your target and yourself at the same time, so it's you're a holy pally for a few minutes. But yeah, and then so like I said, it generates low threat, but if you're not the mark and you're not using Binding Heal, Fade is important on the Blood Beast when they come out on Sarfang, especially on Heroic, because they hit a lot harder, and you don't want to get too many marks, otherwise you guys are gonna wipe. Anyway, I'll explain that too in the advanced one. Oh, something I should mention. Actually, I'll mention it later. Guardian Spirit, like I said, I explained it too, but I use it. So if the tank, if I don't think I'm gonna need it for the tank, and I'm about to die because I'm who knows where, and the green ooze is coming at me, and it's on heroic Peter side, and everybody else is nowhere near me. This is only if I'm stupid, but usually I perform well on heroic Peter side, and I don't die unless we wipe. But I've actually had a thing where my Guardian Spirit saved me, because I was stacking, we were supposed to stack at the table. Not exactly at the table, but like in the general direction. And then people weren't fast enough and I almost died. So I put my Guardian Spirit on myself and I didn't die. And my Guardian Spirit did get used, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, it helps in emergency situations. You can put on anybody in the raid, but it's also good to have it as a tank cooldown if they're going to take a ton of damage. So it helps the Holy Pallies. And just people in general. Next is Divine Hymn. That heals 3 nearby lowest health friendly party or raid targets. Sorry. That's worded weird. Anyways, within 48 yards, mine heals roughly 10 to 11k with my spell power. 9 to 11k, depends. If it crits, but also, yeah. Also increases the healing done to whoever it heals by 10%, so that helps in a oh shit situation. Hymn of Hope now? That's the mana regen. It gives mana to the 3 nearby lowest mana friendly party or raid members. And you have to channel it, unfortunately. Same thing as Divine Hymn. It's not like a... It's sad. I wish you didn't have to channel it. Desperate Prayer. If you're about to die and you're really low health and something's about to hit you again, Desperate Prayer is nice. I was getting meleeed by some ad on Death Whisper because the tanks hadn't picked it up yet. And what I did was rocket boot away. But then now that I think back to it, I shouldn't have healed myself. Like waited a second to heal myself. I should have, because I casted Flash Heal on myself. I should have done Desperate Prayer and then rocket booted away, because that would have healed me still a decent amount. Because, like, for example, it heals me 6,434. I think it can crit too. I'm not sure. I think it crit earlier when I used it today. Yeah, and then there's Fade. Like, Fade I mentioned, it gets rid of your threat. Just keep adding it to my R key. But yeah, it reduces your threat level, but then also you can't generate any threat if you put it on before the pull. So it's good to pre-fade. And then there's... Also, I don't even know. We had a major problem where my guild decided when we were getting one of my guildies Shadowmourne and we were doing the blood infusions because we were struggling with it because we were doing it in an odd way. They had all the DPS back off, only the healers, the 2 tanks, and the Shadowmourne target go in. I was pulling aggro. Like, I wasn't pulling aggro, but I kept getting the bite first, even though I pre-faded, just because I cast 1 prayer healing. That's it. It's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, then there's Inner Focus. Your next cast is, it has a 25% chance to crit. No, was it a 5% chance or 25%? 25% chance to crit. I can actually look. Also, reduces the mana cost by, like, you don't, when you put Inner Focus up, it doesn't cost any mana for the cast that you use next. But yeah. If it's capable of a critical hit, oops. If it's capable of a critical hit, there's a 25% chance for it to crit. You get a bonus 25% chance. Then there's Dispel Magic. Sadly you can't use that. Oops. I had caps lock. There's nothing to dispel. But Yeah, it removes, I mean, like, this is similar to, like, druid stuff. And then there's a Bosch disease, which removes everything. Will to survive. That's a human racial. In my opinion, human racial is just, like, the best for just, like, disc, shadow, or holy. Because it gets you out a lot, like, there's a ton of mechanics where you can use it on. And, like, Ruby Sanctum, or an ICC. It's pretty nice. Now moving on to gearing recommendations. So, as you can see, here's my gear. It's near full bis. I might actually get full ICC bis tomorrow. Levitate yourself. Oh my gosh. That's scary. Okay. Let's go to a safer spot. Hang on. There's no good spot though that's pretty. We're going over to these mountains. Is this a nice spot? No. I feel like I'm gonna fall off on accident. Here we go. Oh, it's pretty too. I should have done this from the beginning. Okay. There. So as you can see, my gear is near full base. My like stat wise, so when gearing a holy priest, I find like, so I'm gearing a third holy priest. But yeah, I find that there's serious mana problems when your gear isn't well put together and stuff, or it's not full base or whatever. So going after pieces of gear that give you int, spirit because it gives you like 25% of your max spirit, gives you extra spell power. Like, that's turned into spell power. But you still get the spirit, so it's not, like, converted. You still have the same amount of spirit, you just get bonus spell power. And haste, lastly. Because haste is not too important when gearing. If you're running instances, it's pretty important. But if you're doing raids, you can rely on another healer. Haste is not too important. Like, if you're doing VOA. I've actually learned I can solo heal VOA. I've done it 3 times now. Not 25 man, but 10 man. I've solo healed. And I was so scared the first time I did it. I didn't want to screw up. Anyway. So yeah. And I wasn't even as geared as I am now. I was like 6.1 or something. And the second time I did it, I was 6.2. No, 6.3. So I did it at 6.1, 6.3, and then my gear score right now. But yeah. I had this trinket. This trinket's awesome. It's amazing. So I will show, here's the picture for, this is what WoW had, this is pre-raid base. This is what WoW had says. My least geared priest, she's 4.7 or something. Yeah, she has similar gear. She has a 264 wand though, instead of the one that they recommend. Base gear list. As you can see, here's my gear. Ta-da. I will link a spreadsheet that I made that also shows the base list, and it shows the percentage of like the drop chance and the bosses you get it from. And it also says the stats and stuff. I think I'll add the I'll probably add the recommended gems on there too. And then I have my own personal one that I marked down what I've gotten. I'm only missing 5 items, and then I'm full base, and I could get 3 of those items. You know what? If they all drop, I can get all 5 of those items tomorrow. I just will be broke. Again. So, the Advanced Holy Priest guide that I'm making, and it will be posted sometime soon. I still have to do the recording and audio for it, and then I also have to make the general guide and notes. I will be going into a lot more detail on that one, so even if you're a beginner Holy Priest, you should watch that one too, because it's pretty helpful. I'm going over similar stuff in here, like in this guide, but then also, yeah. Anyway, so that'll be posted soon. And then my Discord server, if you guys would like to see it. For example, so here's the Holy Priest guide. My dad's funny. Okay, so yeah, I probably won't keep these two. I'm still editing this one. But you can join it. The link, I'll link it in the YouTube video. But yeah, I also have the Google Sheet. Here's the base list that I'll actually show you. But here, if it'll load, it's taking forever to load. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, I'm missing the bracers and the cloak. And then Scepter Tyrannus, and then these two. Those are the only items I'm missing. I have everything else. And then there's the Discord server link down there too. But yeah, I'll probably add recommended gems too. Cause that's pretty cool. Also, I'm very proud of myself. This looks nice. I could probably make it look better though. But yeah, anyway. If this did not help, you should probably watch the advanced one, because that'll probably help even more. Because this is kind of a meh one. But yeah, even if you're a beginner, you should definitely watch the other one, because this one is not well put together. The advanced one will be definitely more. I'm gonna go all out on that one, because... Okay, so, I've been playing Holy Priest for like 8 months now. When I was learning, I totally blanked that whole time. Like, I don't even remember what I was thinking. Because I looked over a video that I had made of when I was in a TOGC 10-man. People died, and I could have literally stopped them from dying. It's like, jeez. Anyway, so that's it for this video. By the way, I would like to say something again first. I'm not a pro. I think I said this at the beginning too, but I'm not the best Holy Priest ever. But you should, like, it's still, and I don't think I am. And, oh, something else I do want to show you guys. So firstly, this will help a little bit too. But if you go here, I should swap just to Holy. This is just a little sneak peek from my advanced one that I'll be going over to. But if you go to logs, for example on Velythria, the reason I healed so much, 16.9k, is because I literally was the only one who ended up going in the portals the last second, because they herald early because of miscommunication. But yeah, so if you look, okay, my dad and Mooker still beat me. Oh, 95 for my item level. That's not bad. Anyway, and then there's my mom too. She actually did really well, and she hardly ever goes Holy. But yeah, so if you look, it's a sneak peek on what I was talking about before. What I did the most of the time, I cast Flash Heal a ton. I cast it 73 times and then 40 times a Greater Heal. I spam Greater Heal during Harrow. So this is supposed to be a 1-to-3 ratio, but it's not because I spam at the end. So yeah, anyway, so this is for Velythria, but this is what I do. Twilight Renewal, I got this on like last week or something. It's the trinket, but it is so freaking helpful. Like, that one trinket just made me improve a ton. It hit 197 times. I only hit it like twice. Doesn't even say how many times I cast it. That's lame. I would like to know. What? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this is a little sneak peek. Thank you for watching.